It's time for a brand new pack, a new universe pack. I wanted to make another one of these, and I know it's been a little bit of a while. And this time, we're gonna have new characters, all types of new ones.
Nickelodeon
All-Star
All-Star Brawl.
Brawl. I just wanted to do it a little bit differently this time. I used the intro, but I might turn the music down a little. But time for a new pack. It's a new universe pack. I plan on making more characters soon for y'all requests. But I wanted to put together another universe pack. I love making these, and just with 4 different characters. And I'm just gonna continue to mix it up with maybe a set of 4, a set of 3, and then maybe I'll mix it up with a duo pack with some of the characters all being from the same shows, maybe a villains pack. It's so many different packs that I'll be able to create with this series to go on and on all these different shows, and even some of the characters that might be a little bit more tougher, a little bit tough to get access to and take a little bit longer to have a chance to get into the roster for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. So I wanted to do it back on to this style being in from the game, because from the other parts that you guys could probably tell from, well, the most recent universe pack, it was a little bit different because of the ice storm that really took out a lot of things with the power outages and more. So I ended up having to record it differently, so now I can do it the way I want to do it from the game itself, so everybody can see the characters that's in the game in front of roster. So, and I just like being able to scroll between these characters, and just in case I end up thinking of different characters of references, moves that they have, and different abilities. But for this particular pack, it's another a set of 4 characters that I wanted to start with, and we're gonna get started with Hey Arnold. And it's Arnold's world for this particular character, Arnold Shortman, who is the star of his show, Hey Arnold, Hey Arnold. So his alarm clock when he wakes up, Hey Arnold, Hey Arnold, Hey Arnold. It's always fun just seeing that and just seeing the show, and the intro is just so catchy. Hey Arnold. It has one of the best intros, like Danny Phantom and Fairly Odd Parents and more. I'm going to be talking about some of those different characters too as well throughout this video. And I wanted to start with Arnold because I feel like he is a missing all-star. This is called Nickelodeon. Look, I always keep on saying this is called Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. You have so many other missing all-stars. You have some of them like SpongeBob and some of the TMNT. You don't have the TMNT, the full set of the TMNT brothers to complete the roster. You have April and Shredder instead, and you only have 2 of the 4 turtles. But they are all-stars, just like SpongeBob, Danny Phantom, and Aang, the Avatar, The Last Airbender, Invader Zim, Cat Dog. All these original shows that were on from way back then. These shows are older than the likes of some of these other shows. In Real Monsters, for example, they're older than Avatar, The Last Airbender, and The Loud House, for example. But let's just start talking about Arnold. And I think he could, even though he's not much of a fighter in comparison to Helga, who's also a really good choice, and I think this is a obvious choice when you think about someone who could fight to really be able to bring out the potential to be able to represent Hey Arnold. She is the only rep that we have from his show. Why isn't Arnold in this game? I think it's a crime that he's not in this game. And for those who don't think he can really have the fighter potential, you guys got to definitely check out that episode when his grandmother taught him when she taught him the martial arts. He was wreaking havoc. He was fighting anything and hitting anything in sight. He was really just going crazy. And it just shows how dangerous he can really be as a playable character. They can utilize some of his techniques. He's in Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3. Yeah, it's a racing game, but who's to say he doesn't belong into Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl? He's an all-star. He can't be able to shine and be in his own show, be the star of his show. He can join the likes of Helga. Helga always ends up talking about him and referencing him. She even talks about him in Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3. And then even some of the voice lines as well. It just shows that he's a missing character. And the thing, just to imagine him next to her, they can make it where, like, maybe in a future title or something, if there is a sequel or whatever update they can do, they can update the voice lines where they'll have unique interactions where Arnold can say unique things to Helga, and Helga can say the things that she wants to say and who has always wanted to say to Arnold. You see what I'm saying? So they could do something like that. So I really think Arnold Shortman deserves to really be able to get into the game, and I hope that at some point they'll consider him as potential DLC. They already got the rights to the show to be able to get in. What's stopping them from adding Arnold to be able to get in to really showcase his martial arts? And that's how I think I really already made an idea for him of how I think he could play and some of the moves that he can use from his martial arts that he learned from his abilities and more. So this is just the first character that I put and added just for starters. Let's get a character that's already, we got one rep. These are single reps. And just like I always kept saying from before, from the other parts, at some point, when I talked about Invader Zim, for example, with Professor Membrane from the recent one, you have single reps from Zim all the way down to Rockorama, all the way down to him. Those are all single reps. Zim, Cat Dog, Rugrats, Wild Thornberries. Hey Arnold, we just finished talking about Danny Phantom. Real Monsters. Garfield, My Life as a Teenage Robot. Jimmy Neutron, and then Rocco's Modern Life. From Zim to Rocco, it's only single reps. They can add more reps to be able to go on to join the lights of that particular character from that same show or from that universe, or that particular NCU, Nickelodeon Cartoon Universe. So I think Arnold definitely deserves a spot. I hope he really gets in at some point, maybe in the future title, but I think he's definitely an all-star that deserves to be in this kind of game that can really be able to shine. Now, I wanted to, for the rest of the remaining pack, it's going to be 3 different shows that's not yet to be represented in this game that I really think can really shine. And Sanjay and Craig, I wanted to put together a duo, and that's what I'm always really thinking about, duos, particular duos or trios or something like that. And also alongside of this, you'll probably be able to see from watching and clicking on this, you'll see like it's a villain or some kind of duo, or maybe some kind of particular Nick Jr. rep. I wanted to get a duo in here to be able to join Ren and Stimpy, and Cat Dog could be consider a duo because they're together and they're stuck together forever. But with the duo with the likes of Ren and Stimpy, I really think that Sanjay and Craig can really be able to get in. Now I'm gonna say this, I haven't seen too much of the show, but I still put them in the pack anyway because I don't see many people talk about Sanjay and Craig, so I decided to put them in it, and it adds on to the select pair of duo fighters that can get into this kind of game, whether it's a new title or maybe a future update. At some point, Sanjay and Craig can work together as a duo and have their own unique moves with using teamwork. So it's gonna make them shine. But I don't know, maybe somebody else in the comments can be able to clarify how you guys think Sanjay and Craig can really be able to play. Maybe I can talk about some ideas for maybe make a future moveset for Sanjay and Craig and do some research on them. But I just wanted to add another duo in this pack for this universe pack, this brand new one I put together for today, to add into another set of duo or characters that can be able to get in. And it's more of a, I don't know, I think it has a greater more likely of a chance for these kind of characters to be able to be added for DLC and a future duo, maybe along the likes of Daggett and Norbert the Angry Beavers. So Sanjay and Craig, those were that was my second pick, and I think they can definitely work together and be able to shine as a proper duo for All-Star Brawl, or for this character roster, for this kind of platform fighter. Now, I recently have done a MLP character, and it was only my first one, obviously, but I added Pinkie Pie this time around. But the most recent one I did was a well-known villain that I wanted to add into the game itself. So um with all the different My Little Pony characters that they have, and they all have their own little individual powers, I really think that Pinkie Pie can really be able to shine. And a lot of people talk about Pinkie Pie being added from My Little Pony, and some of you guys are fan favorites, huge fans of Pinkie Pie. They don't have that kind of character represented, and that's why I was hoping that maybe this Rocco Rama won't be the last character, or they can bring more. I recently talked about Discord as a new Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl character. He was the only character that I put together from the My Little Pony TV series. I haven't seen all the episodes or all the different generations, but I put Pinkie Pie in here because you guys like them, and some of you guys are huge fans of Pinkie Pie, and I've seen a lot of people, certain people just mention them a lot for hopefully as a future DLC to be able to get into All-Star Brawl. So I thought Pinkie Pie could be able to shine. And just as powerful as Discord was, that I got to know from watching some of the episodes, I think Pinkie Pie and all the other characters from the universe itself, it's coming out separately, they'll be just as dangerous, if not even more dangerous than Discord is. Because he was the only character that I talked about. He was one of the iconic villains, or the iconic villain that was trying to take over their world and take over the land and conquer it. So I thought Pinkie Pie would be a great choice to be added as a good variety, another unrepresented show that can probably be able to have a chance to get added to the roster. With all those different individual capabilities and powers that these ponies have, these characters have, I know a lot of people are probably going to end up picking these characters and picking characters like Pinkie Pie and picking them up as their potential mains. And just to wrap up, I know it's tough. I know it's a reach. I always try to, just say that last character in the pack, and maybe sometimes being a potential reach, or just a stretch, or it's just some kind of difficulty in getting access to these characters. I added an iconic villain that people will probably end up liking to be into the game. Vicky, Icky Vicky, I wanted to get her in to the pack to make it a little bit more, to juice up the pack a little bit for some great characters along the likes of Pinkie Pie, Sanjay and Craig, and Arnold. I wanted to get Vicky involved. So I went back to the Fairly Odd Parents TV show, did some digging. I said, you know what, Vicky might be able to will be a great little villain to join Shredder, and she's one of the most well-known villains from the Fairly Odd Parents, and some people say most annoying character and people don't really like, but it'll be fun to really have her in the game so everybody can take their frustration out on her. Just all the things that she does. So she's supposed to be Timmy Turner's babysitter. She can be ruthless in this game and really dangerous. It'll be nice to really see Vicky's potential to be as a playable fighter in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, or maybe a sequel or some kind of future title to be represented. Because since they don't have Fairly Odd Parents in this game right now, they can probably get them at a later date. I'm not sure, but from what I heard, I didn't even know there was something in regards to Disney getting involved. Disney seems to be taking everything. They just snatching every character. They did it to Doug, and now I don't know if they have something to do with Fairly Odd Parents. So I don't know if that's true. Maybe somebody in the comments can clarify it. But for me, I definitely think if he got into a mobile game, he can definitely get into a major title like Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl that deserves to have Timmy in this game, or some kind of Fairly Odd Parents representation in this kind of game. It's one of the best shows. It's one of the most beloved shows for the Nickelodeon fans. And I grew up watching this show. I love all the different episodes. I never get tired of watching it. The intro, just like talking about the intros for Hey Arnold, Fairly Odd Parents is great too. So Vicky can definitely be able to be an individual character with her own potential moveset. The voice lines will be amazing, I'm sure, with the voice acting. And then just this game alone, that means just because this character is a stretch or it's a reach for Fairly Odd Parents, that's even way more so difficult to get access to. This game needs more villains. You have too many protagonists and heroes to outnumber Shredder. Shredder wouldn't have a chance. So he gotta get somebody. He gotta get some more antagonist characters, or this roster needs more antagonist characters to back Shredder up because he got so much trouble dealing with two turtles, the Ninja Turtles. It's already more than enough than what he can handle. You got all these different protagonists in this game just swarming them. He's surrounded by protagonist characters right in smack dab in the middle. See what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that they can really get some villains, more villains at some point in the near future for a future title or this game if it gets even more updates for another potential universe pack or individual character news. What's gonna happen? Vicky can definitely be able to shine, and I would definitely play as her. I think she'll be a lot of fun, and just some of the things she can probably say can be funny too. But you can't have Vicky just in the game by herself. Gotta have Timmy Turner. And just see the unique interaction of dialogue, calling him a twerp and stuff like that, like she does from the TV show, from the cartoon. It's fun. It'll be a lot of fun. A lot of people will be playing this game even more. It'll update the player base. When you get those rights to Fairly Odd Parents, that's one of the best shows. So I really think this universe pack can really be able to shine with these 4 different characters that I just talked about. I hope they can bring more and just more villains and other shows that's missing. There's other shows that deserve to get some kind of recognition, and maybe some of the newer shows can probably have a higher chance as well. But we'll just have to see what happens and what they bring out. But I really think they have a great chance to really beef up this roster. It's a great roster in my opinion, but just still missing characters and only single reps like the ones I just touched upon, from Zim to Rocco Rama. There's only single reps. You can definitely go back to those worlds and those shows to be able to stack up and get other characters involved. You don't have to settle with just one character. You got other villains, iconic villains that they battle it out with, or other memorable characters from Cat Dog. The Greasers can be able to get in too, for example. But it goes on and on. So this roster can really be huge. You got all this space here. It's a SpongeBob, Michelangelo, and Helga. Then you can go under with a whole nother role. And then you can add on to these columns just below for Nigel and Retar, Leonardo, for Raphael and Donatello. More of the Laos can get in between Lincoln and Lucy. I think all the potential is still there, but we'll just have to see what they bring out.